Hello, my name is Maya McCombs. I'm a StratCom major from Maplewood, New Jersey.
Hi, my name is Alan Jordan Bass. I'm a freshman criminal justice major from the Bronx, New York.
In this TED Talk, we will be discussing how we are finding cures for Parkinson's disease through biotechnologies. Shaking palsy is a mysterious disease that affected older adults since ancient times. Back in the early 1800s, a doctor by the name of James Parkinson conducted 6 case studies on the mysterious disease. He compiled all of this information, and in 1817 he published an essay on shaken palsy. His essay shed light on the ill effects and symptoms of the disease. Shaken palsy was then finally recognized as a medical condition. Martin Charcot researched Dr. James Parkinson's findings on shaken palsy and formally named the disease Parkinson's disease.
What is Parkinson's disease? Parkinson's disease is a progressive disorder that attacks the nervous system. It attacks the nervous system by damaging the nerve cells that produce dopamine, therefore causing whoever has the disease to have little control over their body. 10 signs of Parkinson's disease: tremor, shaking, small handwriting, loss of smell, trouble sleeping, trouble moving or walking, constipation, soft or low voice, masked face, dizziness and fainting, stomping or hunching over.
People who suffer from the disease experience tremors, hence the former name shaking palsy. They also experience discomfort, loss of balance, bradykinesia, which causes those with Parkinson's to move slower than the average person, akinesia, which causes muscle stiffness in the leg and neck, low blood pressure, temperature sensitivity, and depression.
In a major breakthrough for treatment of Parkinson's disease, researchers working with laboratory rats showed it is possible to make embryonic stem cells and transplant them into the brain, replacing the cells lost to the disease. Researchers carried out an experiment in the rat models of Parkinson's disease. To produce a rat model of Parkinson's disease, researchers destroyed the dopamine cells in one part of the rat's brain. The experiment showed that dopamine cells made from human embryonic stem cells, when transplanted into the rat's brain, behaved like native dopamine cells, functions in similar ways to the dopamine cells of the human fetal membrane, are capable of producing long-distance links to the correct parts of the brain. The axons that they grow meet the requirements for the use in the humans.
Your brain has not affected your mental capacity at all. It hasn't.
I hope not.
You hope not? It has affected your movement. It has affected your speech. It has affected your facial expression, but it has not affected your mental capacity.
Parkinson's disease affects older adults around the age of 60. There's an estimated total of 5 million people living with Parkinson's disease worldwide today. Of the 5 million, 1 million live in the United States. Among the 1 million Americans is Muhammad Ali. In the 1980s, boxing and racial justice legend Muhammad Ali was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. Muhammad Ali was in his early 40s when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's, but since then he has become an advocate to spread awareness of what life is like with Parkinson's disease. Another influential celebrity that suffers from this condition is Back to the Future star Michael J. Fox. He was diagnosed in 1991 with early onset Parkinson's disease. However, he did not reveal his condition to the public right away. In fact, he waited until 1998, 7 years later. In the year 2000, Fox retired from acting and started the Michael J. Foundation for Parkinson's Research. His focus then became creating better therapies for Parkinson's and eventually creating a cure.
Brian Wade Grant is a retired American basketball player. He played power forward and center for 5 teams during his 12 seasons. He was known for his rebounds and blue-collar defense. Brian was diagnosed with young onset Parkinson's disease in 2008 at the age of 36. He started the Brian Grant Foundation to empower people with Parkinson's disease to live active and fulfilled lives. Brian serves as both an advocate and an inspiration for people who live with Parkinson's disease. Maurice White is an American singer, songwriter, musician, and record producer. He is a founder of Earth, Wind & Fire. White has been battling with Parkinson's disease for more than 20 years. White has been talking with the National Parkinson Foundation about helping to raise funds to battle the disease, which currently affects 1.5 million people. They're really trying to help increase awareness, and they're working really hard. I think they have a cure within 5 years, White explained. Johnny Cash was one of the 7 children born to Ray and Carrie Rivers Cash. Johnny J.R. Cash was an American singer, songwriter, guitarist, actor, and author who was widely considered one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. In 2002, he was diagnosed with Shy-Drager's syndrome, a Parkinson-type disorder.
One of the most controversial American operations in Vietnam.
Just the name of it evokes all sorts of horrible images. Agent Orange.
During the Vietnam War, Americans were told that spraying millions of acres of dense jungle with Agent Orange would deprive the Viet Cong of cover and save GIs' lives. But in the decades since, the herbicide's use in Vietnam has been blamed for creating a human catastrophe among veterans.
I died.
During the Vietnam War in 1962 through 1971, U.S. military used a blend of herbicides to strip away trees and thickets to expose their enemy. This concoction is known as Agent Orange. Since the war, the many Vietnamese natives and U.S. military exposed to Agent Orange have been diagnosed with prostate cancer, lymphoma, Hodgkin's disease, soft tissue sarcoma, and Parkinson's disease. Most of the veterans that suffer from the disease receive disability compensation. However, they still have to deal with living with the disability.
One major medication is levodopa, which was developed in the late 1960s. Levodopa in pill form is absorbed in the blood from the small intestines and travels through the blood to the brain, where it is converted. Once the brain converts levodopa into dopamine, it is stored in neurons until needed by the body of movement. Surgery for Parkinson's disease has come a long way since it was first developed more than 50 years ago. The newest version of the surgery, deep brain stimulation, was developed in the 1990s and is now standard treatment. Worldwide, about 30,000 people have had deep brain stimulation. Amantadine is a mild agent that is used in early Parkinson's disease to help tremor, reduce dyskinesia that occurs with dopamine medication. Amantadine is a well-tolerated drug, but its potential side effects include dry mouth, constipation, bladder problems, ankle swelling, and skin rash.
Parkinson's is an aggressive degenerative disease that has changed the lives of millions of people and affected the people around them.
Although scientists have made major medical advances and therapy has gotten better, there is still no cure.
We hope that the information we provided in our TED Talk opened your eyes and made you more aware of Parkinson's disease.
We hope that with all the advances in biotechnology, we can find a cure in the near future.